Hello, Farrell here. This is Tally.
Hello.
We are bored of it, and today we're going to talk about the Bestiary of Sigillum, a game we were sent by the publishers to show you. And if you've played Summoner Wars, that might be the most relevant comparison. It's mainly a head-to-head battler, although you can also do 2 versus 2. And you're going to have a team of kind of characters, monsters, I think mortal beings. And so you have a team of 3, and they each have 3 unique actions, and you're kind of going head-to-head with the other player to destroy their castle. But it kind of has all the luck removed in terms of the comparison to Summoner Wars, because it's very chess-like, basically. You're moving them around strategically. You're kind of, when you attack, there's no luck. It just does what it says. But a lot of the abilities have a kind of timer, so you have to like time it properly, or else you might not do it again.
It's a tricky puzzle.
Yeah.
Yep, so in this preview video, we're going to do a playthrough so you can see how the game plays. And then after the playthrough, we'll talk a little bit about our thoughts on the game.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running.
If you're particularly sharp-eyed, you might notice that this table is completely different from the previous shot you saw, and that we have different clothes on, and that my voice is different, and Tally can explain why.
That is because in our first film through of this playthrough, we found out at the end that I in fact cheated.
Multiple times.
Did not have a clean victory, which I am personally gutted about because I won.
Yeah, you won by having a gigantic advantage.
Yes, exactly. So we're refilming at a later date, and no cheating this time.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But also all our opinions that we say at the end of this video still stand, but you might hear references to Tally's win, and maybe she'll win again, we don't know.
Probably not now.
And the reason my voice is weird is because I've been very sick, so sorry about that. I'm sure it was quite annoying and nasally. So, do you want to kind of begin to explain as we play through?
Yeah.
I think she's a bit worried because it's been like
It's been a while since we played last time. But essentially we have started off each with our one of our characters.
To not cheat again, who's going first?
You go first.
All right, so you start with so these are your health tracks. And I mean, the point of the game is to get your opponent's castle health track to the bottom here. And if you go first, you start with -2 points, basically, because you have the advantage of going first. The ways that you do that is you have these catapult spaces, and there's 5 spaces, including the catapult space around it. And if you control a majority with your team, you get to fire it at the end of your turn, and it does 1 damage to your opponent's castle. So, boop. Or if you defeat your enemy's helpers, teammates, because they have a limited amount of health, if you kind of knock them off the board, they have to be resummoned back to the castle, which uses energy and damages it, so it goes down again. And that's kind of the ways you score and how you win.
Yep, so we've started off both with 1 character on the castle, and well, you're going first, right?
Yeah. So to summon them, you have to move the first character off. And the way it kind of works is, generally you have these characters, you'll have 3 to a team, I guess you could call it. And they have these abilities, 3 each. And to get the rest of them on, I have to move, like the person. This is Carnifex, the Executioner. So what you can see here is that they all have a basic action at the top. And it's a little different perhaps for each one, but they either move 1 hex or they attack. And the attack is kind of written there. So to get my other people on the board, I'm going to move, which is that. So I'm tilting it here to show which one I've picked, so I know I've done that action, and I'll move them there. Then this will summon the next in line, Frigus, to my castle. And then I will do the same again to I'll move frigates here, which will summon Calibus, Horseman of the Chaos. And then finally, I will move Horseman of the Chaos over here. So these other ones below are other actions, and they all do different things. Some of them are kind of situational, is what I was looking for. Like, I can attack, but there needs to be someone adjacent to me. I can attack someone if they have a positive status effect, so on. So you kind of need to combine your teammates' abilities to kind of set up and then smash down attacks. And also obviously control the castles.
But I think importantly is that the actions or the attack actions, you can't just use turn after turn.
Yeah.
So if you use those ones, they have to go into the middle wheel. Yeah. So there's a bit of a delay on there. The basic move and attack, no, that's fine. But yeah, the bigger one. So it's a bit of a puzzle about when you do what as well. Yeah,
so what you'll see as we go through the game is, say if I use this now, which I'm not going to, but if I did, you have, it kind of says 4. So I would put this on a 4 on my side. And then at the beginning of every round, which is I have a turn, well, I kind of do my people, Tally does her people. Then we will turn it 1, and after 4 rounds, it will pop back up. And I'll get it back again. So, as you said, very tactical, and when you use it, it's very chess-like. But that's my turn, because I don't want to... well, I can't attack you when you're on your castle, which is another mistake we did last time. So I'll just move these back, and I'm done. And so we would move this, but it doesn't really matter, because... No, wait, sorry, we shouldn't move it, because you need to go.
Yep, so I'm probably going to do something similar, just to get my characters onto the board. So I have Malleus, the Earthshaker, on the castle already. So I'm going to move Malleus. Probably just off to the left. And then I can summon Architectus, the Constructor. Probably going to be very similar to Farrell's turn in the beginning. So maybe I'll move Architectus forward. That summons Catapultus, the Giant Slayer. And then I will move Catapultus 1 space to the right. So now I'm going to assess whether I want to do some of these bigger actions. So I think a lot of my powers are about attacking enemies that are in a straight line. So that's something to consider for me. So for example, Malleus, I can target all enemies in any hexes in a straight line. So obviously, which one of that is for you? Cabalus is in a straight line from Malleus, so I could consider to do that attack. But then I would have to wait 4 more turns to get it back, since it's a number 4 delay. The other powers I can do are from Architectus, which is actually more about adjacent unoccupied hexes. Yeah, and Catapultus can also do attacks in straight lines. So I can do that, right? I can attack you. It's just about I can't attack you in the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, do you know what? I am going to attack Cabalus. So with Malleus. So all enemies in any hexes in a straight line are the target.
Ooh.
And that goes to number 4. And you're now stunned.
Oh, not this again. I thought it was an attack. God.
Stun.
Yeah, so we've played these 3 versus these 3 a number of times. We've always been the same ones. Even though there's actually like 27 or something different ones. But the designer, developer, publisher wanted us to show these ones because you get a nice mix of what's going on. But she stuns all the time and I can't, and it's so frustrating because it means I don't get to do anything with him next turn.
Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. Obviously, you don't want to use all of your actions up in one go because then I wouldn't be able to basically do anything for like 3 or 4 turns. So that's the puzzle and the consideration. So, yeah, I'm going to end there.
So now we would turn this because we've had a round. So now Tally's one closer to getting... What was the attack?
The what?
Fissure.
Yeah, the fissure.
Fissure. Okay. So now everyone's in the game. I can attack her because she's off her castle. But I also, this is a problem, I could maybe attack her. But I also want to move and get points from these catapults. So I will move Carnifex, the Executioner. It's going to the forest. He likes a walk in the woods. I could attack if you're adjacent, but you are not. So then I have Frigus. And now the issue I have is that I was hoping to move Calibus here, but because he's stunned, I can't do anything with him. So I can move Frigus here to control this, and then I control this turn. But it kind of leaves him open, and he's a little bit weak, so he's not someone I want on the front, essentially. But I think it's worth it for getting 2 points and putting us even this turn. So... Let's see, you've used that one. You've done, yeah. Okay, so I will use this by Frigus. I'm going to use Shackling Cold, which goes there for 3 turns. And you, I can target any enemy. I'm going to target Architectress, and you get attack decrease. So if Tally attacks me, it's kind of -1 damage.
Just for 1 round, isn't it?
Yeah. So can't do anything with Calibus. So I'm going to be done. And then because I have the majority here, because, well, I'm the only one in the 5 kind of catapult hexes, same here. So I get 1 point because the catapults go pew. And yeah, so you go down to health. And then I am done. And then these can go back. And yeah, then because it's the start of your turn, Tally, she'll remove any positive status effects and take back any negative status effects. So now, Cabalus, is no longer stunned.
Just to say as well, these are stun tokens, but we didn't have quite enough health tokens since this is just the prototype, right?
Yeah.
So that's actually representing health. Malleus is not stunned.
Yeah, and also these, I think, in the game, we're going to be removing them when people get wounded to count. But in the final product, these are going to have I think, be double-sided, and you flip them to show they're wounded, basically, rather than doing that. So that's something that will change, and there will be enough for all the characters. But yeah, this is prototype. So please continue. Do something annoying to me.
Can't wait. I'm going to try my best to do something annoying to you. So I'm going to move Malleus to be adjacent to the catapult. So in theory, as it stands now, nobody now controls it since we're both equal.
Yeah.
But I will... yeah. I think I will move Architectus over here as well. So now I'm actually winning this castle since I have 2 versus Farrell's 1. And then what will I do with Catapultus? I'm going to move Catapultus over here. Again, now this reduces the control to neutral. But what I can do is use Siege Stance by Catapultus. So this goes to number 4. And I get a control increase. Which is one of these tokens. Here we go. So now my control is worth +1 to whatever it would be. And then I'll leave it there. So this one I do now control because we equal each other out by default, but Catapultus has a control increase, so I actually have +1 versus Farrell. Beep.
Yep.
And then the other catapult I also control because I have 2 characters adjacent versus 1. So that's another point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back to you.
So then we'll turn.
Spin the wheel.
Yes. Okay, so now I actually have everyone.
You take back your negative status token from me.
So you'll move that. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna move Cabalus here. So then you don't control that anymore. Well, yeah, well now it's a tie. Then I will. Who's that? Architectus.
Having trouble there, deciding what to do.
Yeah, just thinking about it. So I'm gonna do Spell of Frost. So I can target any enemy. And it goes to 4. And then I give you Slow, which is one of these. I can't remember which. Do you know which one it was? Slow. Is this one maybe?
That one.
I can check. Slow.
Does it say on your card?
Yeah, no, it's that one. It's a little cannot maneuver.
Who gets
Catapultus.
Catapultus?
Yeah. And then I will do Rain of Ice. So I will attack you, attack any enemy with at least 1 negative effect, and I do 1 damage.
That's harsh. Poor Catapultus.
Then I still have con effects, and I will. That's annoying. Okay, so this is great.
Oh, no, I don't like this. The face that you just pulled.
I'm going to convict the guilty with my executioner and target any enemy with at least 1 positive effect. Oh, does Catapultus has a positive effect? That's
Get
funny.
on with that.
Replace all of the target's positive effects with a negative effect. So that's a control decrease. And then I put it equal to the target's current vitality points, which is 2. So that goes there. Yep. So then then I also want to move.
I'll get you for this.
Now we tie here. We have 2 and 2, so no point. But now Tally has a control decrease, so she technically has 0 points here, and I have 1. So, yeah,
What
I'm done.
a sound effect.
Yeah, sorry. I was excited because I was really mad that I wasn't going to get anything, and then I found
I could
a
tell.
way out of it.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Got to give it to you there. Okay. But does that now stay with me until your turn? Because obviously I should have, in my beginning of my turn, removed any positive status effects. But I suppose now it stays for another round because you turned it into a negative and then you will take it off?
I would say that you take, because it's your effect. I just replaced it,
You made it negative.
I didn't give you an effect. I just replaced it.
Okay, so that comes off. But I still have slow that you gave me. So that will only come off when it comes to Farrell's next turn. All right.
Yeah,
so
slow means you can't move, basically.
Can't move at all.
Yeah.
So Malleus is going to move onto the catapult. And then Malleus is going to perform the ditch action. So I get to target Malleus or any ally in an adjacent hex to Malleus if the target occupies a catapult tower hex. So Malleus himself controls that. So it goes to number 4. And then I get a positive control increase. Yay. So now over here, baseline 2 and 2, neutral, but Malleus has control increase. So I'm winning this one at the moment, so +1. And then Architectus, I'll just do straight attack, I think. So use the basic attack action, move this to the left. So I get to target any enemy in any hex in a straight line. And the attack is 0 + 1 per catapult tower under allied control. So I have 1 catapult tower, so the attack is just 1 to Frigus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boo.
Catapultus cannot move, but I can again do basic attack or stun, my favourite. I think I'm gonna. When did I use Siege Dance last time? Okay. Don't know, that's quite a tough decision because I really want to stun you so that you can't do anything to Catapultus in the next turn, and then we'll just be equal on that catapult. But then I don't get it back for another 4 rounds. So I'm just weighing up whether I should actually just do like a basic attack. What's that enemy? Carnifex.
Yeah.
And they are a medium enemy?
Yeah.
Or large?
Medium.
I'm going to stun you just because it annoys you.
That's annoying.
So any enemy in any hex in a straight line. So Carnifex is stunned. And then, going to leave it there.
Turn. Okay.
Turn. Well, I got a point over here, please. Beep. What was it? Boop.
Okay. So...
And slow comes back.
Okay, so heavy hoofs. All enemies in adjacent hexes get slow. From Cabalus. So, where was it? So that's Malleus, I believe. That goes here. Then I'll attack with my whip. Couldn't escape. Blame yourself. All slowed enemies. So...
Yeah.
1 health. Then I'll attack this, any enemy with at least 1 negative effect. Which, same again, please.
Another health.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. OP.
I mean, you'll get more points than me. Then you're stunned, so there's not a lot else I can do, really. Yeah, so I guess I am done. Can't do anything, so then it's you. And I don't get any points because you control this, and this is tied.
Okay. Now I'm at a little bit of a loss because I have to wait till the next round to get majority of my tokens, one of my tokens back, because now the majority of my actions have been used, apart from the basic actions. I do need to get rid of this positive status effect. So now I actually don't control that catapult. Nobody controls any catapult, so I need to figure out something here. So I guess I'll just do some basic attacking for now. So I'm going to attack with Malleus Cabalus.
Yeah.
Maybe I should try and finish Frigus off. Yeah, Frigus.
Sorry. My apologies. This is Tali's indecision. I'm allergic.
No. I'm first going to use Architectus to... but no catapults are under my control, are they?
No.
Right, okay. Then I have to use Malleus.
Oh, also this should come off. Not stuffed.
Have to use Malleus. I'm going to attack Frigus, any enemy in adjacent hex. Boop, boop, for 1.
Alright. So then, Frigus, so people don't really die, they just kind of respawn, but they have to go back to the castle, and it costs health, because it draws energy from the castle. And yeah, so then he goes back there. But that's about it, and then he gets his health back.
Yep, and then I will move Architectus. And I will... I've always wanted to use this one and never found a good use case, so I'm happy now. I'm going to use Fortification action, which goes on number 3. It's going to be a good round for me when we get back there and get all my actions back. But I can basically, in any adjacent unoccupied hex, place an obstacle.
How long does it stay there?
It doesn't say.
Well, 1 round, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I guess it's like any other negative effect. It will come back to me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then might as well do basic attack on Carnifex with Catapultus, which is just 1 attack since Carnifex, right? Over here?
Yeah.
It's just 1 since Carnifex is a medium-sized enemy, and if there was a large enemy, then it would be 2.
Yeah.
And then, yep, done.
Okay. Okay, so this goes here.
Slow comes off Malleus.
Here. So yeah, okay. So Carnifex is going to play Stockades. I'm going to put you in Stockades.
Don't like the sound of that.
And you get control decrease on Catapultus. And then...
Wait, sorry, did we move? Because I control this one. Did I move that down?
I don't know.
I don't think I did. You do know?
No. So we can watch it back and see if you're
Oh,
cheap.
no.
So, yeah, attack any enemy in adjacent hex. So I'm attacking with Carnifex. I'm using max. And you have negative effect, so 1 health.
With Catapultus?
Yeah. Okay. And then... Let's see. Yeah, it's a bit tough. Okay, so I'm just going to use Frigus to attack any enemy with a negative effect. So attack. So Catapultus is out.
No.
And I think the negative comes off as
Yeah.
well. So then you lose one.
Respawn.
Yeah. And then I guess I can't really, it's a bit annoying because Cabalist needs people to be slowed. And Frigus hasn't got a slow back yet.
Yeah.
So it's not what I can do with that. So yeah, I think I'll call it. And then I control this one, so it's another one down for you. And I'm done.
Okay, so I get Fisher back.
And I take it this comes off.
Yeah, and the obstacle gets removed. And then, so I need to get Catapultus back moving. So firstly, I'll just move Catapultus back there. I need to try and take control back of that hex. And then, the catapult, sorry. And then Architectus. I think I will just do basic attack. So attack Cabalus for 1.
Yep.
And that's attack 1 per catapult tower under allied control, which I have this one. And then do I want to stun you again? I think it's tricky. I don't know if I want to use my stun considering I just got it back. And I control that hex at the moment, so maybe it's worth waiting until it's more critical time. I'm just going to do basic attack on Cabalus.
Okay. Excuse me.
Yeah, and then end, so I control this catapult.
Okay. Turn the wheel. Get my hooves. Heavy, heavy hooves. So, instantly going to use it. All enemies in adjacent hexes get slowed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. No, I should have stunned you.
Yeah, you should have. So happy.
Oh
so
no.
they both get stunned. Slowed. Then so then I use Frigus, attack any enemy with a negative effect. Then I use Cabalus Whip. All slowed enemies take 1 damage.
Why didn't I stun you? I'm so annoyed with myself.
Yeah. So
Now Malleus is
did, but no one dies.
back here.
Oh, down that goes.
What a mistake. Because obviously now it's, because you can only move 1 hex per turn, it's not that easy to just get back to where you were.
Yeah.
Are you done?
I'm just trying to think. So I think, yeah, I'm done with Cabalus. That's not too much point. Just move here, and then I'm done.
Why are you doing that?
And then it's the end of my turn, and I control this. So another point. And it's you.
Okay. Gonna move Catapultus. Wait, which one is that? Oh wait, yes, that's why I thought this. I need to get this back. And then lose that effect. Yeah, so I'm going to use the Siege Stance again, which goes on number 4. Give Catapultus a control increase. So now I control this one. And then I need to try and get Malleus back over here. So unfortunately I'm just going to have to use a space, a turn to move. I think I will move Architectus actually onto the Catapult Hex. Oh, yeah, and then I'm going to stun this one, Carnifex. And then I'll have to end there. So I control this catapult because I have control increase. So just move them on. Yep.
Okay. So we turn. Get that. I don't like that.
Oh, yes.
Okay. So I think annoyingly I have to move Frigus. Then let's see. Then I think I'll just leave it because there's not a lot I can do. Actually, I think I'll also move. So I'll go here like that. Then I'm done because there's a lot of options. I'd rather save them.
Yeah.
So then everything's tied basically.
Well, Catapultus has control increase.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's not your turn.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yep.
Okay, so I get a lot of powers back, which is excellent. Now to make the best of them. So Carnifex is not stunned anymore. I think I'm gonna move. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move Malleus onto the onto the Mountain Hex. And then I would control that one. So there's no point using Ditch to get control increase because I control it anyway. I could... Yeah, I think I'll use obstacle, or sorry, fortification again. And place an obstacle. Because I don't want frigates to come and even out the control. Then I'm gonna have to stun Carnifex. I really don't like how you moved off the catapult
Wait, how
tower.
did you stun him twice in a row? Thought you had to be in a straight line or something. Before.
That was the other one. Malleus, which is in a straight line. So Malleus was here. Now I'm stunning with Catapultus. So Carnifex is stunned again.
Yep.
Sorry, not sorry. Okay. So I just have one catapult tower control. That's neutral. Done.
Okay. So
Spin the wheel.
yeah. Heavy hooves. So heavy hooves. You both get slow. Jason here. So then you both get 1 damage. My attack. I whip you.
1 damage.
Yeah, each. Then I should have done that differently. Then I'll attack with the Frigus on this one because they have a negative effect. Yeah, Malleus.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do anything over there. And then I'll leave it there since I don't really need to use that. Can't do anything, so yeah, I'm done. Then don't control anything.
Okay, let's take the obstacle back. Don't get any actions back, which is not ideal. And Carnifex is no longer stunned. I will just attack. So Malleus attacks Caballus for 1, please.
Yep.
I think Architectus do the same. So 1 per catapult tower control. So that's 1.
On who?
Caballus.
Send these out.
And then Catapultus.
I mean, just end it. Stop being facetious.
Yeah, Catapultus doesn't do anything, so it wouldn't make a difference anyway. So then it's enema 10. I control the catapult. Destroyed the castle.
So Tally wins.
Yay!
So the continuity is upheld.
I'm happy with that.
All right. So let's go to what we actually think about the game because I'm proper dying here.
Now we're going to do a preview. Basically, we're just going to share our opinions on what we think about the game. So yeah, you can find it on GameFound in the future. I think in a month or 2, maybe, depending when this video comes out, October, November time. And the things you should be aware of is that you might have seen during setup, we had a wooden insert. It's going to be plastic in the edition backers get. things are likely to change. Maybe they'll tweak some of the characters, the map, stuff like that. So things are subject to change, and these bases will be orange and violet instead of black and white. But yeah, I think that's the main things to get out of the way. But what do you think?
Yeah, I do really enjoy this game. I think it's a really nice little puzzle. I think it's really interesting because you really have to think about what actions you can use when, because of the wheel system. I think that's really smart, and I personally found that quite unique for a head-to-head game especially. I really like how if you choose the characters that are kind of suggested to go together, then you need to like combo them together. So for instance, I was trying to like use a stun action and then maybe attack because you couldn't move, or I was trying to move somewhere. So you do have to really consider when you use things and in what combination. And I really like, actually, even though it can be annoying when you're mid-game, I think it's a really interesting thing, is the positive and negative status tokens. You really have to consider when you give yourself a positive token, because like I was saying at the beginning, you have to make sure that you can benefit from it in that turn, because when it comes back to your turn, then you lose it again. And it might be that you can't access it for another 3 or 4 turns. So it is really chess-like. You have to really consider your actions. And I just personally find it a really interesting puzzle, I guess. Really like the kind of art style, design. Like you said, it's a preview copy, but everything is good quality here from what we have. I really like it. I find it very interesting. And obviously I'm like extra buzzed because I beat you.
Well, 2-1 at the moment, so I won best of 3.
Extra buzzed then, because it was my first time winning.
But yeah, I feel the same. I think it's a really nice little package, and one thing I like as well is the box is very small, and like, you know, it's like this thick. It's just a really nice like little package. Yeah. Sven's bugging me under the table. Hi, Sven.
Sven's our dog. He doesn't know.
He's just pawing me and staring at me. I think it's actually really great that it's such a small box and you kind of get this experience. It's quite, as you could tell if you watch the playthrough, quite thinky, quite tense. I also really enjoy all the artwork, even the terrain. I think it looks really nice. I enjoy the kind of novelty, but also the strategy of this, action wheel. Yeah. For lack of a better word, where Sally said you have to balance things out. And I think it's really nice that you have over 20 characters. I think there's like 27 maybe. And obviously they're all unique. They all have different abilities. And I think this is going to be a game that really rewards multiple plays and deep diving. Because, as you said, it's very chess-like. So kind of knowing everything in depth is going to create these really kind of strong, tense games. Yeah, and allow you to pre-plan. Yeah. Because actually even just the game that we played, I realised I could have pulled a move to combo a couple of actions together, and it was too late by the time I realised. So I've kind of learnt for next time. I think, like you said, when you get to know the powers and how they all work together. Yeah, the comboing is also something that's incredibly satisfying. Yeah. But I would say, I guess, it's a little more slow-paced. As you can tell, it's a bit thinky. It's not maybe one of these kind of action-packed head-to-heads. Like we've been playing a lot of dice throwing recently, and that's almost the opposite of this, right? Both great games, but that's you're throwing dice and you're playing cards and you're like gambling almost. Whereas this, I think something that will attract people, Sven, is that there's no luck, right? As you can see, there's no dice, there's no drawing from a deck of cards. And I guess that is why it is more thinky, because there is no luck. Everything that you do is on you, so you do have to sit and consider for a little bit longer. And because you can either move or do your main attack, you have a lot of interesting choices as well about when to move, when to attack, so it's quite tough. But I really look forward to knowing the game better, because then it recommends that you draft the cards. The characters, and then you can build your own teams. And there's even kind of tantalizing one where it's like draft one yeet one out the game, which I look forward to. But obviously, you kind of, I think, want to know the game a bit better first, because you need to synergize to get the best out of them, because you don't want a bunch of disparate people and then you can't use their actions.
It will be really interesting.
But yeah, I think if you're looking for a game that well, first of all, you want head-to-head. There is a team game, but we don't quite know how that works yet. I think the map is going to be edited a bit before it comes out. But yeah, it's a great head-to-head game, something that you want to keep playing over and over, something that you want to deep dive into.
Yeah, it's really tense because it's obviously a race as well to damage the other person's castle. So tension, race, thinky would be my key buzzwords.
Yeah. I think in terms of things maybe we didn't like, there's not too much to say really. There's nothing, I think, game-breaking that we didn't like. I think our only criticisms at the moment are with these kind of character things here, the character tokens. Maybe not so much anymore, but when you start learning the game, because what they do is you have, and I really love the artwork, but you have this great artwork, and they basically just kind of, for these, they just zoom in on the head, and a lot of them, because of the art style, look very similar. Like you have Catapultus and Architecturus, who are both like almost stone-headed people, right?
Yeah.
And it can be a little difficult when you're kind of setting up to figure out who's who, because there's so many characters. I think that was a little minor thing.
Yeah, just when you're trying to, I guess, attack or decide what to do to your opponents as well.
Yeah, it's hard to tell who you're actually looking at.
Yeah, although I didn't find it so much of an issue in this game as we did in the first one or two. So you're right, maybe as
you learn characters,
you just learn. But
I just
like, oh, who's that? And then look over here to see how much health this one has. And it's
I don't know if it's something that'll be changed or not changed, but I just would have preferred that they had kind of the whole image there, like shrunken down, because then it's just easier to set up. Easier to know who you're looking at, because obviously if you're the opponent, you can just be like, oh, it's this person, and compare
match it up. Yeah.
And then the other thing is because it's so tactical and chess-like, strategic and chess-like, I do kind of wonder about how well somebody who's taken a big hit can get back into the game, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
From our plays, I don't know if you feel the same. I think that because it's so tactical and depending on the characters you're playing, you have limited movement. If you kind of get knocked out or you get comboed pretty hard because you have to go back here, right? And then maybe you lose control of the tower. Even if you lose control of it for 2 rounds, that can just be enough.
True.
To just you're out, right?
It's very hard to move back, isn't it? Yeah, and carry on doing attacks and other actions.
But I mean, that's the thing. Chess is like that, right? That's why people kind of concede at a certain point, because they know the game's over.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's part of it. It's getting the upper hand, right? So it's not necessarily negative. It's just that I don't think this is, from what I've played, although obviously I could be wrong. You don't get these big swings back and forth if that was something you're looking for. And I think once someone's gained the upper hand, they're very likely going to win. Yeah.
Well, I guess the wheel system sort of aims to mitigate that, right? Because you could do a big hit on your opponent, but then you've used all your actions for 3 or 4 turns. So then you're actually stuck not being able to do something. So then you would expect that maybe if your opponent was getting their actions back, they could then try and hit you a bit back, right? So I think that's why it's also very smart, as well as the fact that it's interesting to decide when you want to use things, etc. You can't just go all out and use all of your actions, because then you're stuck not being able to do anything. So your opponent could get you back then, I guess.
Yeah, so I think that is our thoughts on Bestiary of Sigillum. And as I said, I think if you have liked playing, if you like head-to-head games, if in particular you've liked Summoner Wars, because it's kind of a similar vibe with these kind of outlandish characters, although you obviously don't have a deck or dice here, but you wanted something more strategic, more chess-like, I think it's a good... And I say that because obviously in Summoner Wars, you're kind of moving around the board, and it's a bit like, And this is the same thing, right? It's very tactical about where you are and your positioning, as well as doing the actions and when you do them. But yeah, so I mean, we definitely recommend it if what we've said has sounded interesting to you.
Yeah.
As we said, we don't really have any big criticisms about it. There's nothing game breaking. I think should note this is, so it's going to be, I think, collector's edition, because this game came out maybe 2014 originally. And so it's like a whole kind of reworked edition. But yeah, so it's a recommendation from us, if it sounds like your thing. And we hope at least this video was helpful, that the playthrough or the preview was helpful. So please ask us any questions.
I'd be
please.
happy to answer.
Yeah, 100%.
Please.
Questions. And if this is helpful, please subscribe, please comment, let us know what you think. And just thanks for watching, and thanks to the publisher for sending us this, because it's been a delight playing. So, see you next time.
Bye-bye.